The Courage to be Disliked, How to Free Yourself, Change Your Life, and Achieve Real Happiness by Ichiro Kishimi and Fumitake Koga. The Courage to be Disliked, How to Free Yourself, Change Your Life, and Achieve Real Happiness by Ichiro Kishimi and Fumitake Koga is a thought-provoking dialogue that explores the principles of Alfred Adler's individual psychology. The book presents conversation between a philosopher and a young man, unraveling complex psychological concepts in an accessible way. Here's a summary. Introduction. The book begins with the young man seeking answers to his dissatisfaction with life and his inability to find happiness. He visits the philosopher, who introduces him to Adlerian psychology, which posits that everyone can be happy and that happiness is within our control. Chapter 1. Trauma does not exist. The philosopher challenges the common belief that past trauma dictates our present and future. According to Adler, it's not past experiences, but the meaning we assign to them that affects us. For instance, two people can experience the same event but interpret and react to it differently based on their individual perceptions and goals. Adlerian psychology emphasizes the concept of teleology, which suggests that people are not driven by past causes but by future goals. Chapter 2. All problems are interpersonal relationship problems. Adler believed that all human problems stem from interpersonal relationships. The philosopher explains that most of our issues arise from our relationships with others and our desire for recognition and superiority. This desire often leads to competition, which can result in feelings of inferiority or superiority, both of which are detrimental to our happiness. Chapter 3. Discard other people's tasks. One of the central tenets of Adlerian psychology is the idea of separation of tasks. The philosopher argues that we should focus only on our tasks and not interfere with others' tasks. This means taking responsibility for our own actions and emotions while allowing others to take responsibility for theirs. By doing so, we free ourselves from the burden of trying to control or change others, which is often the source of much stress and unhappiness. Chapter 4. The Courage to be Disliked. The title of the book comes into focus here. The philosopher explains that in order to live a fulfilling and happy life, one must have the courage to be disliked. This means accepting that not everyone will like us or approve of us, and that's okay. Seeking approval from others can lead to a life of compromise and dissatisfaction. Instead, we should strive to live authentically and according to our own values and principles. Chapter 5. Live in the here and now. The philosopher introduces the concept of living in the moment. According to Adler, many people are preoccupied with the past or the future, which prevents them from enjoying the present. By focusing on the here and now, we can fully engage with life and find happiness in everyday moments. This involves letting go of regrets about the past and worries about the future. Chapter 6. The courage to change. Change is often daunting, but the philosopher emphasizes that it's essential for personal growth and happiness. He encourages the young man to embrace change and not fear it. Change requires courage and willingness to step out of one's comfort zone. By doing so, we can overcome self-imposed limitations and achieve our full potential. Chapter 7. Contribution to others. Adlerian psychology promotes the idea of community feeling about social interests. This involves contributing to the well-being of others and feeling a sense of belonging within a community. The philosopher explains that true happiness comes from a sense of interconnectedness and contributing to something larger than oneself. This can be achieved through acts of kindness, cooperation, and empathy. Chapter 8. The Courage to be Happy. The final chapter emphasizes that happiness is a choice. The philosopher argues that many people avoid happiness because it comes with responsibilities and the possibility of failure. However, by choosing to be happy, we take control of our lives and embrace the joy and challenges that come with it. This involves a shift in mindset from seeing life as a series of problems to be solved to seeing it as an adventure to be enjoyed. Conclusion. Of The Courage to be Disliked offers a refreshing perspective on psychology and personal development. It challenges conventional wisdom and encourages readers to take responsibility for their own happiness. By applying Adlerian principles, we can free ourselves from the constraints of past experiences, societal expectations, and the need for approval. Ultimately, the book teaches us that happiness is within our reach if we have the courage to live authentically and embrace the present moment. This summary captures the essence of the book, emphasizing its key concepts and practical advice for achieving real happiness.